Hello, my name is Eddie Tofpik. I'm Head of Technical Analysis and Senior Markets Analyst at ADM Investor Services International Limited. As is usual at this time of year, I stop looking at my daily and weekly charts and instead concentrate on the longer term view, using my monthly, even yearly charts. If you'd like to discuss any of these, I'd only be too happy to hear from you. However, before we start, I just wanted to let you know that no AI, that is artificial intelligence, was ever used in the composition, production, or recognition of any of the patterns, levels, analysis, or any related items on these, my charts. This was all authentic intelligence, all my own original work, as I think you deserve to have that. So with that, let me now introduce today's longer term chart.
Today I'll be looking long term at cable, aka sterling against the US dollar. The recent break to this pattern happened back in early 2021 with what turned out to be a very sharp V bottom seen in late 2022. As is the nature of V bottoms, we also saw a pretty sharp rise back up in early 2023, which went on to form a 2023 to date dark blue highlighted, if not perfect, bull channel. And that's currently 127.56 to 139.63. Part of this bull channel is the handle or extension to the V bottom, much as we saw in Eurodollar. The difference here is that the handle is generally pointing higher instead of sideways. That is the first similarity to Eurodollar on this monthly chart here. The second was the large 2016 to 2022 cat's ears pattern. I commented on this pattern 3 years ago when I said that this was, and I quote, much like Eurodollar, we have the possibility here for the action from 2016 to date to be a cat's ears pattern, but in an earlier phase of construction than the one in Eurodollar, end of quote. Back in 2022, the market broke back down towards the base of the cat's ears pattern, which is at 114.09, and in September 22, prices broke lower still, below the neckline and down towards the target for this pattern, down at 86.10. However, prices stalled at the 1985 low at 105.24, enough that I've retired it as a target below, and instead the market formed a V bottom ever since. However, the law of unintended consequences has hit on this outcome, especially in the breach below the dark blue lower bull channel line, seen in January and February 2025. This was a breach, not a break, a breach, but it did set up with the subsequent rally for 2025 to be an annual key reversal up. An action that should cast a shadow over this market. But, and there is always a but if we look to the pedigree of annual key reversals seen in cable, we have some disappointing results. The last one was in 2020 and it did see a follow-on higher, but it was capped by the 2018 high at 150.17, such that by September of the following year, 2021, prices had turned lower, leading eventually to the V bottom of 2022. Hence, it may be worthwhile to recognize the shadow of the annual key reversal up seen in 2025, but not regard it as a universal panacea, an answer to all things. I would still keep an eye on the dark blue bull channel, as that may likely show a better longer term view of the market, especially as we seemingly have limited resistances above until at least the dark blue upper bull channel line, which is currently at 139.63.
Thank you for watching and listening. This annual broadcast gives the essential market patterns and consequences. Please be aware of the risk disclaimer posted both at the front and the back of this broadcast. Copyright is Eddie Tofpik and ADM Investor Services International Limited. And here comes the final bit.